Hello, YouTube. I am Lady Vet, bringing you a recap of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 4. We last saw Ronnie staring down Famous and Kanan in front of Famous's place. One would think that Kanan would move his meetup site for his new crew, and one would also think that Kanan would provide a little more training to his crew, which may have prevented one of his crew members from trying to outrun the police with nowhere to go except jail. Javon isn't the only one speeding and trying to evade the law. Raquel is in a hurry to find a place to wash her money and look legitimate. Rock is the owner of Southside Plaza. She has a home in the suburbs, and she is telling everyone who will listen that she is out of the game. Kanan was reminded by the police that he is not an adult when he tried on his own to get Javon out of jail. So he lied to Uncle Lulu while asking for his help to get his guy out. Lulu knows that Kanan lies just like his mother, so he basically ignored Kanan's excuse about helping a friend with no family. Uncle Lulu helped Kanan out, but he told Kanan that whatever he is doing is not good. Raquel was excited about acquiring her new property, and her next move was to put her for rent sign in the window, but she noticed two cops posted up outside waving at her. She met them outside, Officer Buckley and Officer Rowland. They low-key let her know that they were protection from vandalism, break-ins, and other crimes in that neighborhood. Rock saw through them and told them that she would keep them in mind. As she walked away, they saw through Rock and asked about her son in school. Of course, they have her undivided attention concerning her son, Kanan, so they explained that they looked her up when Stewart told them she was buying the property. Rock told them that she was busy with her new property, and they made sure that she had their card. Come on, guys. We know that Ronnie will show up. But the question is where? Ronnie popped in on Pop, who thinks he's a sexy Urkel. So she embraced Ronnie, but got absolutely nothing back from him. As she complimented Ronnie, Snaps walked up to greet Ronnie and extended a handshake. After a pause and looking at the man's hand, Ronnie figured that he had better shake the man's hand, especially since he came there to get something from him. I guess that Ronnie isn't as crazy as he wants us to believe. Before Unique could get his business up and running, word had gotten to Quan that Unique isn't doing any business at all. So Unique had to meet with Quan and provide an explanation. In Unique fashion, he told Quan that it would take a little minute to get the business running. He told Quan that his cousin needed to settle down and Rome wasn't built in a day. Unique further explained that he did not want the wrong kind of attention, the police. We know Unique ain't no punk, so he told Quan that if he and his cousin is so unhappy, they could dead everything now, and he would get work from another source. Quan opted to give Unique some time. Then Unique told him that it's best that everyone stay out of his kitchen as he himself is the chef. We can't leave Ronnie alone too long, so now he's with Snaps and Pop, acting like Crackle at the dinner table. While Snaps was trying to say how reasonable Unique is, that guy Ronnie is moving his chair like while seated. When Snaps suggested that Ronnie wait for Unique to get things in order, Ronnie told him that Unique's plans are made by his penis. Ronnie is turning into the king of snitch. Ronnie told them that Unique is having sex with Raquel, the competition. Pop told Ronnie that they heard that Rock is out the game, when Ronnie butted in saying that they aren't in the game anymore either. So how do they know? Snaps didn't like the comment towards Pop. Pop explained that people come to their spot every day telling them their business because of who they are and what they have done in the streets. Snaps chimed in to say that it's the reason that Ronnie's socially maladjusted self is in their place asking for counsel. Pop told Ronnie if he didn't want to wait on Unique, then get up himself because he knows how it's done. Ronnie told them that he needed money. They agreed to invest a small amount in Ronnie, but that he would need to get the rest from other sources. Marvin kept Gerald's identification with him when he rescued him from a bad night. Marvin reached out to Gerald to return his items. He found an apologetic Gerald in his office, telling him that he is thankful because he had nowhere else to turn, and he knew that Marvin would not judge him. Marvin reminded Gerald that they are friends, and that's what friends do for each other. Gerald shared with Marvin that, among other things, he is an entertainment editor. They joked around a bit before Gerald told Marvin that he missed Miss Renee, and so did Marvin. So he suggested that they form their own two-man group to hold each other accountable. At the precinct, Howard is still holding it down. When he was approached by agents Ogden and Tanner to meet with them, they were struggling with the Crown story and wanted Howard's take on it. Howard told them that he didn't have a clue about Crown, but that the most successful hustlers move quietly, paying others to do their work. They heard that Crown was only a music guy, and Howard told them that music is the new crack, and often hustlers hide behind their music. Howard asked if they had anything. They replied thoughts and theories and thanked him for his time. Then they stopped Howard to ask about his shooting, and he responded in kind, only thoughts and theories. Jukebox seems to be following through with her idea of joining the military. So she met with the medical clinic to be tested. Jukebox has not said anything to her family about this move. I'm wondering, what will Marvin say? So far, Juke was given a clean bill of health. Just as Unique was about to eat his sandwich, he was met with a furious Permessa. Unfortunately, Ronnie has gotten in her head, but she was no match for Unique in the Q&A session. Unique told her that the only thing she should worry about is that he take care of her and their son. That wasn't enough for Permessa, so she got even louder when Unique left his sandwich and her to walk away. As he left, she told him that he can have his other girl do his laundry, polish his chains, and take care of his crazy punk brother. She slammed the door as Unique tuned her out. Rock was at Kanan's school, keeping an eye on him, when she saw that Kanan was talking to an unknown boy and giving him something. Rock made her presence known to Kanan, asking who was he talking to with pagers and bites. Kanan said that he was a friend. Rock told Kanan that she doesn't hear from him or see him anymore, so she just wanted to put eyes on him. Kanan was brief with his mother, and the school bell rang. Rock stood as Kanan walked away, paying close attention to the students passing through the metal detectors. Obviously, she was scheming by the look on her face. She was determined to remind Kanan that she is his mother and that she is a boss. I already told you that we can't leave Ronnie alone. When we caught up with Ronnie, he's playing bingo at the same place where Dean takes his grandma. Would that be a coincidence? I think not. Dean immediately noticed Ronnie and told Ephraim to take his grandma and set her up. Then Dean approached Ronnie, wanting to know what's up. Ronnie told Dean that he needed work, and Dean motioned Ronnie to a more secluded area where they could talk. As Dean waited for Ronnie to situate his chair perfectly and in order, He looked on. Then Dean told Ronnie that he has come to the wrong place, that he doesn't do business in the South Side, and that he doesn't mess with him or his brother. Then asked if Unique knew that he was there. Ronnie said that it wasn't about Unique. Ronnie told Dean that he has a little bit of money and he needed the work. When Dean told Ronnie that he wasn't going to find work with him, Ronnie snatched Dean by the collar and told him that he's not the one to say no to. And Dean told Ronnie that he's not the one to put hands on, just as Ephraim put a pistol to Ronnie's belly. Dean then told Ronnie that he would run Ronnie into the ground. Ronnie said that he supplied his brother, but wouldn't supply him. Then Dean went on to say that Unique was supplied by Colombians from Washington Heights, some of Rock's connects. Then Dean repeated that he had no business on the South Side or with Ronnie, and told Ephraim to get Ronnie out of there. Nakia went to Jukebox's home to tell her that she was a winner from the audition tryouts. When Jukebox answered the door, she was so surprised to see Nakia standing there. Nakia said congratulations to Jukebox for making it, and Jukebox invited her inside. Famous couldn't catch a break from the phone constantly ringing. Kanan said that they would get an answering service to help out. Then there was an unending knock at the door. It was Paul complaining that Kanan had taken the time from his couriers and had promised him a decent cut, of which he has none of. Kanan gave Paul a nice cut to hold him over and told him that he would talk to the boys about their hours and get more couriers. He explained to Paul that he understood and he would make the changes. Paul told Kanan that he can't have him messing up his real work because after Kanan is gone, he still needed to work. Kanan told Paul that he wasn't going anywhere. Nakia explained her formula for success to Marvin and Jukebox as they listened on. Marvin told her that his daughter will be exactly who she is, no changing her and no trying to change her. Marvin and Jukebox were excited to hear that they wanted Jukebox to be herself, that it fit their formula for a diva, the girl next door, and a tomboy. Marvin asked Jukebox for her thoughts, and Jukebox was all in. Raquel was being watched by the feds, and Kanan was being watched by Raquel. She was tired of Kanan's mess, so she decided that the time had come to reel him in. Rock patiently waited for Kanan to leave after talking with his people, and she went to Famous's door without hesitation. As quietly as Rock moved, the Fed surveillance guy snapped pictures until she got inside. Famous had a day off from telephone duties and thought to chill, smoke a blunt, and work on his rap game. Things were great until a knock came from Rock that interrupted Famous's day. Famous tried to tell Rock what Kanan said about him not letting her in, but Rock was inside already, asking Famous what's up. Rock looked around, found Kanan's backpack, and put a pistol in it. All the while, Famous, in his high-pitched voice, sounded out, "Miss Rock!" Rock told Famous that he didn't see, he didn't know, and he don't say anything, and to stay out of family business. Rock gave Famous a stack and walked out. Rock wants her son home and is taking drastic measures to get him there. Kanan heard about Jukebox's success and found her at the pizza place. Kanan was so happy for Jukebox. He jokingly said that Marvin is planning a parade. Kanan got her out of the ordering line and told her to change and go out to dinner with him. When Jukebox asked how would Kanan pay for it, Kanan lied and told her that he had been saving for a celebration or a rainy day, and he wanted people to know that people like them have things to be happy about in the South Side. Uncle Lulu was having a drink when Marvin told him that when he give a kid his word, he must follow through. Lou expressed how bad he felt about missing Jukebox's audition. Marvin was excited for Jukebox, so he told Lulu that Jukebox killed it. Then Lulu got excited for Jukebox too. Marvin hated to admit it, but he told Lulu that maybe he knows a little something about music. Lou told Marvin that he had this thing that he wanted him to see in Manhattan. Maybe they could get work together, make money. Marvin told Lulu that he always want to make money. Kanan and Jukebox went out to dinner at a five-star restaurant. Kanan told Jukebox that when they were younger, he cried because he knew that she was great and that the day would come when they would take her away from him forever. Jukebox told Kanan that no one was taking her away from him. Kanan told her how proud he was of her, and they expressed love for each other. I must wonder, with a love for each other like this, what caused Kanan to kill Jukebox? Kanan and Jukebox weren't the only ones sharing love and having dinner. Back in the burbs, Unique and Rock were breaking bread together and having a conversation about Ronnie pressing Dean to the point that he reached out to Unique. He confided in Rock with a level of trust and listened when she spoke. Marvin met Shirley at Cafe Vu. Lou asked Marvin about investing in the bar. Shirley was open to the conversation and the idea. Shirley told Lou and Marvin that she's got about 2 years left in the business and would like nothing more than to work with them in rebuilding and maybe take it over when she is gone. Lou also mentioned that there's a space in the back that he could set up as a studio. Marvin agreed to invest, and the three of them toasted to Cafe Vu. Okay, so where is Ronnie? Well, Ronnie is posted up outside the Colombian spot. Ronnie wants to talk to Juliana and Joaquim about getting work, but they have no idea who Ronnie is. So when they come out, Ronnie is stopped by their security because he thinks that he could approach them and just start a conversation. Ronnie yells at them, "Yo, Unique's brother." They listened for half of a second, told him that his brother is not a popular person around there and that they are not interested. Ronnie told them that he doesn't know what Unique has done, but it doesn't matter. If he's a problem, they can figure it out, and that problems always have solutions. They said good luck. Then another security gun is pointed at his belly. Ronnie told them that he ain't Unique as they guided him away towards the direction that he came from. As Ronnie began to walk away, he stopped and turned with a stare at them. As a matter of fact, it was a similar stare to the one that he gave the club doorman before waiting for him outside, just as he banged him into the car door. Now that dinner's over and the kitchen cleaned, Rock and Unique start to do what they do. But Rock slowed down to tell Unique that Kanan is coming home, that she can't have no wildness around her son, and since she told him that she was out, she has got to be out, and they have to press pause on their thing. Unique said that they were just kicking it anyway, nothing more, nothing less, and Rock agreed. Then they got one in for the road. Kanan's at school, but when he went through the metal detector, it signaled that he was hot. During a backpack check, security found a gun at the bottom of his backpack, and although Kanan yelled that it's not his, he was handcuffed and escorted away. Jukebox went to her first girl group meet to take a dig from Crystal the Diva, calling her Boombox. Jukebox corrected her when Aisha entered the room full of energy and introductions. She remembered Polo Girl from the bathroom. Now Jukebox calls her Mint Girl. Kanan was nervous and handcuffed to a chair when Rock the Wolf came to the office, telling Kanan that he has got to be kidding her. Honestly, I don't know whether to say poor Rock or poor Kanan. After all, he is his mother's son. Rock sat in Dr. West's office talking about praise God, knowing that she called Howard at the police department, and she's watching a fidgety Kanan trying to get someone to believe him. Raquel, I hope this was worth it in the end. After a grueling session with Dr. West about what's next, Dr. West released Kanan to Rock and pointed out that they would be appointed a social worker and that they would get home visits to make sure that they complied with the process of bringing a gun to school. Jukebox and Mint Girl are bonding while Crystal has separated herself from the two. Nakaya enters the room with rules and the group's name, Butter. Crystal voiced not liking the name Butter, but Nakaya made it clear that she doesn't care, and if they don't do what she tells them to do, they can go back where they came from. Rock has Kanan outside asking why would she believe him. Since he's not living at home, he's got new friends and don't talk to her. She admits to not even knowing him. Kanan said, whatever, Ma, I'm going home. Rock said, by going home, are you talking about our home? The one that you and me are supposed to be living in? You heard what I heard in there, Kanan, and I ain't catching no case behind your mess. Now get in the car, now. Unique walked in on Ronnie, turning his plate around and around until it's straight. This entrance should answer any questions as to whether Unique is afraid of Ronnie. I think not. Unique was on demon time when he asked Ronnie what was the conversation between Dean and him. First, Ronnie said, Dean who? Unique said, don't freak with me, Ronnie. I know you rolled up on him. Next, Ronnie said, he ain't seen Dean in years. Then Unique said that Dean told him that Ronnie came to him looking for work. So are you calling Dean a liar, Ronnie? Ronnie looked at Unique and told him that I said what I said. Unique looked at Ronnie and told him that you ain't it, Ronnie. You ain't it. And walked out. Now the last time Nick had that look, he killed us day one. I'm just saying. Rock held her composure as she showed Kanan his room. She said that she was happy to have him home. Kanan was speechless and looked defeated. She was also happy that so far her plan was working. Lulu and Marvin moved some equipment into the empty space at Cafe Vu. But while moving, Marvin said that with the right clientele, he could move a lot of weight also. Lulu said that he can't have that kind of business from Rock. Marvin told Lulu that he wasn't talking about Rock. He was talking about himself. And Lulu would get paid too. Lulu told Marvin that he would make money off the door, the drinks, and the artists, and that he didn't want the place to be dirty. Marvin agreed, but didn't look happy about it at all. Rock and Howard met in the backyard in the burbs. Howard told Rock that he could only cover for Kanan so many times, and taking a gun to school is outrageous. Raquel said that the boy is scared. Howard told her that it's all on her, and the feds still got questions about Crown. He said that if they have eyes on her, they have eyes on Kanan also. Rock said that they have nothing to see. Howard told Rock that he wasn't taking any more of her calls. She had to figure it all out on her own. Dean went to the store for Grandma to get her some treats and a battery for her hearing aid. While Grandma watched TV and had a drink, Dean left to change her hearing aid battery. We already know that Ronnie isn't the guy you say no to, and you just can't leave Ronnie alone. Here's the thing. If Ronnie is upset with you, his first thought is not to work things out, but rather to get a kill with your name on it. So at the end of the episode, after going from one boss to another, looking for work, having their security poke you in the belly with a gun, and turn you back to wherever you came from, then you try to enjoy your pizza, but your baby brother knows that you're lying and tells you that you ain't it in the streets. In Ronnie's mind, it is time to kill Dean for running his mouth. So Ronnie stabbed Dean about 10 to 11 times. Ronnie straightened up the mess on the table and let Grandma live. After all, she didn't see nothing, don't know nothing, and can't say nothing. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, and drop your comments in the box. Until the next time, guys.